Hey Josili Jo.
Hi.
Today we're gonna talk about your experiences in Turkey.
Okay.
So, where are you right now?
Right now I'm in Maltepe, Istanbul, Turkey.
Yeah. How long you are in Istanbul?
How long have I been here? About 1 year and 7 months.
Yeah. What would you say about Turkey in general?
In general, it's a beautiful place, good food, friendly people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other cities in Turkey that you have been until
I
now?
have been to Bodrum, which I guess isn't a city, it's a province, but what's the name of the city that Bodrum's in?
Muğla.
Muğla, okay. I've been to Muğla. I've been to Antalya, Ankara, and Nevşehir.
Cappadocia.
Yeah, in Cappadocia.
It sounds nice. So, which one was your favorite?
Well, I have a couple different favorites for different reasons. Istanbul is my favorite city that I've ever been to. I would say in Turkey, Bodrum or Muğla was my favorite place to go, I guess, on vacation in Turkey. And Antalya is probably my overall favorite place. It's not as much of a party city as Bodrum, but it's more relaxed and the water is so warm. And then Cappadocia region, as far as natural beauty, it's definitely the most beautiful, I think. It has the most unique landscape that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Bodrum and Antalya were really beautiful too, but Cappadocia is beautiful in like a unique way. And then Ankara kind of just reminds me of Istanbul without a C.
Yeah, this is what general assumption of all the Turkish people as well, you know. Everyone is like, Ankara is a big capital city,
Yeah.
but C is missing.
Yeah, that's why I like Istanbul more than Ankara. But I still like Ankara too.
So where are you from originally?
I'm from Littleton, Colorado in the United States.
Oh, United States.
Yeah.
So Turkey should be really different from your country, am I wrong?
Yeah, it's much different, yeah. The food is different. The way people act is different. And yeah, just most buildings in Turkey are much older than all of the buildings in the United States, it seems like. There's a lot more history behind the buildings, especially in Istanbul.
Yeah. So which city was your least favorite?
Ankara, so far.
That's mean. Ankara is a beautiful city.
Well,
Why?
and especially Anıtkabir. Anıtkabir was really beautiful. But like I said, I still like Ankara, but it was my least favorite of the cities I've been to. I've liked all of the cities.
Why?
Why do I like all of the cities?
No,
or why
why
is it
you
my
didn't
least...
like Ankara?
I liked it. I just said I liked it. But it was my least favorite just because, like I said, it's like Istanbul without a C. There's no C, so it's not, in my opinion, as good as Istanbul.
Do you have a sea in Colorado? I think not, right?
No. But we have the mountains, which is better.
So, what's the difference between Colorado or United States and Turkey? You say there's several differences,
Yeah.
and main bases are coming from like the culture, history, etc. I just want you, more enlightened that subject.
Okay, so as far as the people go, in the United States, I feel like the people talk to each other, like they make small talk with each other more. In Istanbul especially, when you're walking on the street or you're riding on the metro or on the buses, no one is talking to each other, which is kind of strange from where I come from. When I was in Colorado, if you're on the light rail, especially if you're going to like a football game, everybody's talking to each other, even if you're strangers, it doesn't matter. Or if you go shopping and you're in the store, everybody talks to you. They're like, hey, how's it going? "Oh, I'm doing good. How are you?" Stuff like that. In Turkey, no one talks to each other, and if you're talking on the metro, they kind of look at you in a strange way, like you're not supposed to be talking. But so in that regard, I think Colorado is more friendly on the surface, but in Turkey, once you get talking to somebody, like having tea or coffee with someone, then they really get into deep subjects. Yeah.
What kind of deep subjects that
Well-
Turkish people get into?
Well, they talk to you about, I guess, a lot of stuff. They talk to you about stuff that you would never talk about in the United States. Like they get about, one thing that they ask you is like they ask you like how much do you make, which in the United States is kind of a taboo question.
Yeah.
They ask how much you make, which is kind of normal here, and they also ask you other very, very personal questions.
Like what?
Well, the strangest question that I've ever been asked was if I'm circumcised.
Oh.
And actually, not even my friends, but two complete strangers just making conversation on like the street asked me this when
So-
they found out. Yeah,
Did you?
yeah, of course. That
But
makes
like,
3.
it's kind of, it's kind of like, you know, a general assumption that like Christians or like other general, like religious people, like don't have circumcised, but the Jewish, no?
Yeah. Well, in the United States, I think it's about 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't really know the exact statistic.
So, what was the first Turkish word that you learned?
The first Turkish word I learned, kaplumba. And it was because I was learning Turkish on Duolingo at first.
Yeah.
And one of the first
Why
words you learn, I
kaplumba?
don't know. I've only used the word like maybe once or twice ever.
You never use kaplumba word,
yeah,
like if you're not living in nature.
Well, the thing about like no one really uses the word turtle unless they're calling you like, oh, you're being a turtle, like you're being slow. So yeah, Duolingo taught me kaplumba as one of my first
Kaplumba.
words, so that was kind of interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So right now, how many Turkish words do you know? Like, do you know Turkish?
Biraz, which is a little. I can speak Turkish, I would say, at an elementary level, like maybe even like beginner to elementary level. Turkish is very hard. In high school, I learned Spanish. In college, I took Italian, which since it's been quite a while since I've been in high school and college, so I've kind of forgotten those languages. But I remember that those languages were much easier.
Yeah.
Turkish is just such a foreign language to me. And I actually did a little bit of research, and Turkish is the 5th hardest language for a native English speaker to learn.
Yeah.
So it's definitely true.
How does it sound like? Like,
Without,
what would you say without knowing
well,
it's Turkish?
without saying any words in particular, it kind of sounds like a lot of like felaket, like shwish whoosh, shwish whoosh, like there's a lot of like Allah. A lot of words have God in it.
Allah Allah.
Allah, Allah.
Surprising.
Yeah, mashallah, eyvallah, inshallah. Like a lot of words have Allah in it, which I guess makes sense. But yeah, it's just a lot of like Allah, shwish 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 shwish. Yeah.
It's really cold that my hands are like shaking. So sorry for the camera angle.
Yeah, it's pretty cold
Yeah.
right now.
So what do you think about weather in Turkey?
The weather, well, it's variable depending on where you're at. For example, in Istanbul, I'd say there's like 4 seasons. But in Antalya, there's
Only one season, which is
like
summer.
2 seasons. There's 2 seasons. I would say there's hot summer and less hot summer. But in Istanbul, we had snow this year. We was just raining yesterday. There's technically 4 seasons in Istanbul, but a much more mild winter than where I'm from, which is Colorado. So
Yeah, Colorado's supposed to be really cold, right? Especially in
yeah,
the
well,
winter.
we have a clear 4 seasons. We have a rainy spring, a hot summer. It actually gets hotter in Colorado than Istanbul. And then we have a really beautiful fall. And then the winter it's a much more harsh winter than Istanbul, which I like. I love the snow. So,
So
I'm glad we got snow this year in Istanbul because I miss the snow.
So you say that food is also different. What you mean? Like we have Burger King or like McDonald's, Subway.
Yeah, but
They're not different.
You have, I mean, they are different actually. At least in Colorado, I'm not sure about all of the other states, but in Colorado, I don't eat too much fast food. But McDonald's is almost always better than Burger King. But what I would say in Turkey is, first of all of the fast food is better in the United States.
That's me.
It makes sense. It's like kebab is better in Turkey. But in Turkey, it seems like Burger King is better than McDonald's. But
Really?
yeah, I think Burger
That's
King.
arguable.
It depends. It depends which one. But where I live, I feel like, or at least at the malls, I feel like Burger King is a little bit better.
So what about Turkish food?
Turkish food is
Which
great.
one is your favorite?
I have a couple different favorites. Iskandar is very good.
Yeah.
It's Turkish for Alexander. I guess Alexander the Great, when he was conquering through this area, he really liked this food. It has meat, pita bread, this tomato sauce, and yogurt, and sometimes they put like butter on top. And just the mixture of the ingredients is very good. I
Yeah.
understand why Alexander the Great loved this, and they actually named the dish after him because he loved it so much. But other than Iskandar, I love chikofta, which is
Oh yeah. Good one.
traditionally it was made of raw meat, but nowadays they don't use raw meat. They
It's
use
bulgur.
bulgur. Yeah, and it's delicious. And technically, it's a vegan food, so it's a very, I guess, healthy food.
Yeah, and what makes it better is like nar ekşisi.
Nar ekşisi. Yeah, we actually don't have nar ekşisi either. It's
Really, you don't?
It's like this pomegranate sauce that's a little bit sour, a little bit sweet, but it tastes so good. Yeah, I wish we had nar ekşisi in the United States.
So what is your least favorite Turkish food?
Well, there's a couple foods I did not like when I first came here. For example, it's not really a food, it's a drink, ayran. Ayran's this like salty yogurt drink. If you think of plain yogurt with salt in it and it's liquidy, that's what ayran is. And I did not like it at first. But as I lived here, I got acquired to the taste, and
Yeah, if you like çiğ köfte, best drink next to it is ayran.
yeah, a lot of meat dishes, the best drink is ayran now. But in another drink I did not like was this drink called shalgam. I guess it's like
Şalgam.
chalgam. It's like this purple. I think it's made of like purple carrots. It's like purple carrot juice. It's also
Those are
salty.
drinks though. I ask
It's gross.
food.
Food. Okay, so food. The strangest food. One of the strangest foods I've eaten in my whole life is in Turkey, and it's called kokoreç. And it didn't taste horrible, but the thought of it was bad because it's made of intestine. So
Intestine.
I'm glad
This is
that
what
they're
kokoreç is
using.
though, yeah.
I'm glad they're not wasting that part of the animal, but I just couldn't get my head off. Like I was just eating intestine, and it was not horrible, but I didn't like the thought of it. Another food I didn't think I would like at first, but it's kind of strange, was midye.
Oh.
It's the Turkish version of mussels,
Mhm.
and they pack the mussels full of this rice and this sauce, and it tastes so good.
It tastes
It's actually
good.
one of my favorite foods.
I know.
Especially if I had a beer or two. I love midye.
So my hands are shaking and weather is so cold. Do you have last words before we close the video?
If you've ever thought about visiting Europe, put Turkey on your list. It's a beautiful country, lots of beautiful people, beautiful countryside, beautiful nature, and something that we don't have in the something we have less of in the United States, a huge amount of historical beauty.
Aw,
Some of the
yeah.
buildings here are older than the United States itself, so it's kind of interesting walking around these buildings that are older than my country.
Yeah, that's interesting and impressive.
Yeah, but Turkey was never on my radar. So if you've ever thought about traveling, look up Turkey. Look it up for yourself. Make your own opinion, and then come.
So, see you, Josili Jo. Do
Yeah.
you have anything say to our audience? Like subscribe, like.
Yeah, I guess subscribe if you like this video and want to see more. I'll be interviewed regularly, I believe, from now on. So, yeah, you'll have to cut that out because I'm at a loss for words.
Okay, bye, Josili Jo.
Have a good day, everybody.